So if you're going the volume approach, I don't think success is in your future. I think the only real one is high intensity, and the higher the intensity and the lower the volume, the greater the stimulus, and you're making progress because you pretty much get stronger every workout. Hi, my name is Jaquish. I'm a doctor of biomedical engineering, which gives me a unique perspective beyond what a lot of the guys have to say who are sports performance professionals on YouTube and on social media giving their opinion. My take is just a little bit different because I have a different background. Today, I want to talk about one of the most contested subjects in fitness, which is exercise volume, meaning how many sets of an exercise do you really need to do? I've talked about science when it comes to this. I've talked about some of the biased science and some of what many believe is fraudulent science when it comes to the high volume recommendations, only because if you look at the volume in some of these studies, like the 52 sets per week is what's required for optimal muscle growth. Many don't think that anyone ever did that volume. They just wrote a paper about it and made it up. Don't know if they made it up, but today, let's hear from two guys, Chris Bumstead and Dorian Yates, both Mr. Olympias. One of them is a classic bodybuilding Mr. Olympia, and the other one is an open class Mr. Olympia. Let's see what they have to say about exercise volume.
At a point in my career when I was 21 and I started to get more injuries, I was training like 6-7 days a week for like 3 hours. I was like, I feel like I need to tone this back. I started training 5 days a week for 3 hours, and then I realized I had a little bit more progress. I'm like, okay, what if I train 3 days on, 1 day off, but I'm only in the gym for like an hour and a half? And I just noticed as I was pulling away from volume, I actually started to progress more and feel better.
If volume was the key factor in stimulating muscle growth, wouldn't we continually increase our amount of exercise? And trust me, if that's what it took, I would have trained 10 hours a day and eat dog shit between sets, but it's not what it takes. It takes intense, targeted training and proper recovery.
So we hear from both these guys. They're both amazing bodybuilders, both put on a ton of mass. Part of what I think we need to keep in mind is that what we're being told is you need to do a certain amount of work with a muscle before you're exhausted it enough before the stimulus happens and there's a growth response. The idea is there's a sliding scale. You can go high intensity or with variable resistance, like with X3, that's super high intensity. And you can get all the stimulus done in a very small period of time, or you can expand that period of time and you don't have to work as hard, but you have to do a lot more sets. Also, one of the challenges with that is that requires you to go to what's called volitional failure. Volitional failure meaning is like you just decide where to put the weight down and that you're close to momentary muscular failure, which is complete fatigue of the muscle. The problem is volitional failure is very difficult to gauge, and most people gauge it very incorrectly. So if you're going the volume approach, I don't think success is in your future. I think the only real one is high intensity, and the higher the intensity and the lower the volume, the greater the stimulus, and you're making progress because you pretty much get stronger every workout. I hope this helped, and if you want to tell me I'm wrong in the comments, you can do that. But if you want to tell me I'm right, you can also do that, and that's what I like. Thanks.